Reverend Dr. L. Ronald Durham. This weekly program opens the phone lines for you to call in live and share your questions or comments. On this program, we discuss the latest news and opinions of things that may affect the lives of those here in Daytona Beach and the nation. So join Dr. Durham for today's program.
The following show is a sponsor of Joy 106.3. Joy 106.3, its parent company, Rima Broadcasting, Inc., its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statement made by the talk show hosts, callers, or their guests. Statements or show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of this radio station.
Good afternoon, beloved, and welcome to this edition of Let's Chat America. I am your radio host, Reverend Dr. L. Ronald Durham. My lovely co-host, Maureen, a.k.a. Mo,
Hey.
is in the studio. Our studio engineer is Miss Tyler. That means all of us are here today, and we are ready to get started with a great segment for you on this afternoon. If you tuned in, this is the #1 talk show every Thursday and Friday right here in Daytona Beach and the surrounding area of Volusia County and really across the nation. For those of you who are watching us on Facebook, thank you so much. We are happy to have you. You can see us. We can't see you, but if you have a question or a comment, put it on the Facebook page. If it is appropriate, Tyler will get that to us, and we'll try to answer it on the air. We are watching the big screen TV here in the studio. If there's any breaking news of significance, we'll make sure that we get that to you during the hour. If you want to call in, you know what to do. Pick up the phone. Dial those 10 numbers, 386-868-3411. That's 386-868-3411. We are delighted today because one of our favorite guests is in the studio with us today. Nhi Ma Do is with us, and she is a physician associate working at Conviva Lifestyle Medicine, and it's a longer name than normal.
Conviva Senior Primary Care, a Centerwell company.
There you go. That is the full name of the company. I don't know why they went so long. I just like Conviva Care. It was easy. But today we've got a great segment for you. Nhi is going to always give us good health advice and health information. And today's topic is empowering fall prevention for all ages, because you don't just fall when you're a senior citizen. You could fall at 3 years old.
Tyler broke her leg when she was 1.
Yes. So today's segment is all about empowering yourself to prevent you from falling. And so we're going to get right into it, Nhi. I know September has a focus, like all of the segments, when you're on the air. So what is our focus for this month? And let's get started.
It is so well aligned. Thank you, Dr. Durham, for the introduction. And it is my pleasure and honor to be back on the air. And today we will be covering, as Dr. Durham alluded to, empowering fall preventions for all ages. And I just want to give credit where credit is due. My colleague and buddy, Chris Tolos, is a physical therapist. His title of the book is called Fall Prevention for All. So it was the inspiration to name this topic as Empowering Fall Prevention, as we actually co-author a published publication to the American Journal of Lifestyle Medicine on this very topic. And it was actually released in publication online as of January this year. So September's health awareness topic. Falls Prevention Awareness Week, ladies and gentlemen, is a nationwide observance that takes place every September during the first week of autumn.
All right.
But beyond the first week of autumn or fall, we want to raise awareness year-round about preventing falls, reducing the risks of falls, and helping all human beings live without the fear of falling. So with this being said, I want you to visit, if you want to just Google it, Falls Prevention Awareness Week, coming up later this month, because I believe it's like 20-something this month that is the official day of fall. But we will be carrying the theme of lifestyle medicine.
21st.
Oh, perfect.
The 21st,
Yes, the 21st. So we will carry on this theme throughout the month of September and beyond, because we have been going through many themes from the lifestyle medicine pillars from January, nutrition, exercise theme in February, sleep theme in March, the de-stress in April and May, and then continuing that we had the connectedness and avoidance of risky substances and risky habits. And then we ended with self-care as a bonus pillar as well. So as Dr. Durham alluded to, Conviva Senior Primary Care, you can still visit our website, which is the old link is convivacarecenters with an s.com. And our phone number, the toll-free number is 1-855-888-4874, or our local location that I have recently transferred over to is called the North Daytona Clinic, which is our 10th location out of the whole market, the market of Daytona. So our number is 386-241-1657. And I think I can give all the details and throw it out there because we have such a dense segment that will focus on the topic. So in Volusia County, our Conviva Daytona Market have 10 Conviva locations. And I'm a PH who has transferred there, and another provider who has been in practice for over 20 years, and she joined our team. Her name is Dr. Brenda Liz Asensio. She's very holistic as well. So we have lots of insurances that we accept through all the locations of Conviva, stemming from Palm Coast all the way down to New Smyrna Beach, and then west all the way into like the Land and Orange City. So we have lots of locations, and you can search them on the web, the link before that I provided, or you can just visit on the specific Google, the location nearest to you. That would be easier as well. So.
And as we mentioned, we are always happy to have Nhi Ma Do here in the studio. And this is our Healthy Thursday segment. As you know, fall is around the corner. And so today's topic, as we mentioned, is fall prevention, practical ways.
Play on words, fall prevention.
Fall prevention. And Nhi's going to give us some practical tips that all of us need to adhere to. And Nhi, as I mentioned, is a physician associate. And she's triple board certified, by the way, guys. This is no this is no lightweight. This is a heavyweight that we have with us in the studio today. And she is going to give us some practical. But listen, it doesn't have to be about fall prevention. If you want to call in about some other things that you may have going on in your life as it relates to health, you can ask Nhi, and she'll be able to give you, I think, some real good advice. The number is 386-868-3411. That's 386-868-3411. So, Nhi, what are some facts the audience needs to know, first and foremost, about fall?
All right, let's spell out fall. F-A-L-L. So fall is a dirty 4-letter F word as well.
Okay.
So what makes this word fall so dirty? Falls remain the leading cause of unintentional injuries, prompting ER visits across all age groups. And this was highlighted by recent CDC data in 2021. And not only do they cost the U.S. $80 million each year, there is $100 billion that are spent as a result of unintentional falls. So they still remain the number one cause of traumatic brain injuries. 95% of hip fractures are as a result of falls.
Yes. In fact, we were with a lady yesterday who had a double hip replacement.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Double.
And she was walking very normally.
76 years old and walking normally.
Yeah.
She said it only took her 2 weeks to recover from each one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's quick.
Yes. Very impressive there. But yes, like detrimental effects of fall, and we have witnessed in our own primary care setting as well, focusing on seniors. So, but those are just a few facts that is to highlight this 4-letter dirty F word here.
Okay.
But one final last fact I want to throw out there, and especially in older adult population, there is an upward trend, and you can look up this graph from the CDC that predicts 7 fall deaths per hour by the year 2030 if this trend continues to rise. So this is huge. We have to do something about it to stop this from happening and
You know,
rising.
I have a fear of falling,
Yes.
but But I never have that fear when I'm in the house, and yet most falls occur in the home.
Yes. And did you know that a fear of falling is actually one of the greatest predictors of falls? And that
I
is,
didn't know that.
by
Wow.
research. So oftentimes we have less than a second to regain our balance when we
Right.
lose it. So for this session, we are all here to be empowered at any age in our group here, and everyone who's listening to know fall prevention strategies. And that's what we're focusing on today, is the implementation side of this. And recognition is one thing. You can do surveys, you can know your risk, but going all the way to the implementation side. So speaking of implementation, and today we will try our best to remember, and even after the show, on your feet and off your seat will be the theme throughout your fall season.
Yeah,
Yes,
on your
Mo
feet.
just demoed that. And she did that a little over a year ago.
Yes.
When we first did our strategies also, but we were focusing also on assessment in that, it was July, yes. She's trying to stand up, everybody.
On one foot.
If
On
you
one
can.
foot.
Oh,
was
okay.
trying
A
to
little
do it
more
with
challenge
one foot.
without pushing yourself up from
Right.
the chair or the armrest. So,
All right, there you go. 386-868-3411 is the live call-in number. That's 386-868-3411. As we mentioned, we're watching the big screen television. If anything breaks of interest on the national news level, we'll get that on the air as well. Right now, as a matter of fact, Bernie Sanders is questioning HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and it looks like a real heated exchange, and I can understand why. So, Nhi, with 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine in mind, how can we really simplify for someone, really at any age, regarding fall prevention with some practical tips?
excellent question, Dr. Durham. So there are a lot of misconceptions about falls, right? Most are preventable, and they're not a normal part of aging. A lot of folks might think like, I'm aging, I'm going to be more of a faller as I age. Nope, that is not true. So they don't just happen in older adults. It's a concern that affects each and every one of us. And the biggest reminder, I would say, is that some fall risk factors are associated with lifestyle pillars that we have discussed in the past, and optimizing these very pillars is actually the key to help decrease the risk of falling. So as far as today's segment, we are going to acquire some skills, okay, on lifestyle-based fall prevention, focusing mainly on the physical activity and the nutrition deep dive pillars due to our time, of course, on the air, and emphasizing the connection that there is lifestyle choices and fall risk association. So remember, I love this, and I bring this back from last month because you said you love it. One tiny habit per pillar, micro steps beat mega overhauls. So let's stack habits onto something you already do. So how about after you drink your morning tea or morning coffee, that you do a 5-minute balance exercise? And how about when you brush your teeth twice a day, that you stand on, you're supposed to do it for 2 minutes. So the first minute you do it on one foot.
Holding
standing
on
one
to the
foot.
bathroom counter.
You can do that, absolutely,
Okay.
to start. Yes. And then the next minute you switch and go on the other side.
Okay.
So that gives you at least 4 minutes, because you brush your teeth twice a day, each time 2 minutes. And that can be a little kickstart of how you can fine-tune and see where you are. Maybe however long that you might be at the kitchen, standing on like a good mat
Or washing dishes.
while washing dishes, and you're right there at the counter, just to be on the safe side.
Right.
So wherever you can fit in those micro habits that can add up to ways that you can see it as a part of your life.
Yeah, and balance exercise, I think, is really important, because falling is all about balance, and
Yes.
when you lose your balance, you're going to fall.
Yes,
So,
and we're going to talk about the other three too.
Yeah,
Besides the balance, there's flexibility, there's strength, and then there's endurance.
Yeah.
So all four.
I had an experience. We went away on vacation recently, and we stayed in an old house, a very old house, and the floors were uneven.
Oh.
And I didn't realize it till we checked in, and my vertigo went crazy. I felt like I was falling the whole time I was indoors. I had to step outside onto the deck to recuperate. And he didn't feel a
I didn't
thing,
feel it.
Yeah.
but I felt it
Yes.
from the
yes.
settling of the house. It was
Yes.
just, it was horrible.
Yes, folks with vertigo have to really struggle with that when it
Yeah.
comes to balance,
Yeah.
the spinning sensation.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So, Nhi, how are the guidelines looking like right now as relates to focusing on physical activity, that pillar, as well as fall prevention?
So both the American College of Sports Medicine and the CDC both equally promote this guideline for adults. And I'm going to flip it because we talked about this back in February that we want to focus on strength. If we can do strength, then we can do aerobics. So at least 2 non-consecutive days each week for strength or resistance training. Now plus 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic or AKA endurance activities every week.
150 minutes. I don't have
Yes.
that much time to devote to exercise.
So if you think about it, you talk about walking with Dr.
Yes.
Durham. When you walk and you can converse, like just talk and walk, but you cannot sing, that means that you are doing moderate intensity. So if you just
Oh,
walk
okay.
for 30 minutes, right, maybe 30 minutes after dinner, you make that a regular routine when it's cooler outside, then you can do that and times it by how many days that you're able to do it and see where you are in that amount of minutes. But if you can't do it for the whole 30 minutes, you might do 10 minutes after breakfast, 10 minutes after lunch, 10 minutes after dinner. And you still get your 30 minutes in a day. So if you need to do it in chunks or break it up over a course of a week, because this is not 150 minutes a day. I hope
Right.
that I
Right,
said it correctly.
150 minutes a week,
Yes.
but that's still a lot of
Yes.
time.
Right.
That
It
is a
is.
lot of time.
Yes. So,
Does walking in the house count? Back and forth, if you step it up and you're walking fast?
yeah, you absolutely. If you start to sing, you can't sing, then there you go. You can test it. It's called a talk test, right? You can talk, but you can't
But
sing.
you can't
Right.
sing.
Some people do talk on the phone and they pace. Yes,
Right.
like my fiance. Yes, and then Dr. Duran, you were pointing
Yeah.
He
out.
paces. He can't
Yes.
talk on the phone without pacing. As
Yeah.
soon as he
Yes.
gets a call, he has to
Yes.
stand up and pace.
Hey, you get your steps in, right?
Absolutely.
And there are 2 other types I don't want to forget mentioning of exercise besides strength, resistance, or aerobic and endurance are the flexibility and the balance. So they usually go hand in hand, whether it's through yoga, tai chi, qigong, that we'll cover shortly as well in this segment. So we won't forget those. And most recently, when it comes to guidelines, this is a mouthful. In June of 2024, which is very recent, the USPSTF, the United States Preventative Services Task Force, released a grade B recommendation for fall prevention for folks over 65 years of age.
Uh-oh.
Grade B is actually pretty good, right? This is where all the guidelines coming from for screening, mammograms, bone density, and so on. So grade B means high certainty that this activity or service improve important health outcomes and that the USPSTF concludes that the net benefit is moderate enough to outweigh any potential harms. So really, you don't want to be waiting until the guideline applies to you
Right.
in your age group. So you want to do this
Too late.
proactively.
Too late at that point.
Yes. and I mean, it's never too late, but if you just now listening in and what age that you are in, start now. I'd like to talk about
Get up off that couch.
Yes, yes, on your feet and off your seat. So let's talk about a specific study of yoga because I love yoga as a yogi. In this small yet powerful study published last year in 2024, yoga intervention over a 12-week period combined with a healthy Mediterranean diet was found to improve functional capacities and overall health. Poses were variable and the flows were able to be performed by the study population ages 65 years and older.
But that's not
So-
considered aerobic, right? Yoga.
If you do it with power, then you definitely can sweat. So the endurance is right there. Strength training is from your own body weight when you're lifting and pushing and doing chaturanga. And so when you're holding yourself, that is some strength training in there, and of course yoga incorporates flexibility and balance. So it is almost like touching on all four domains. So personally, I practice power yoga, so perfect segue that you ask, and I can attest that some of these studied poses are indeed quite powerful. Yoga benefits go beyond physical parameters for fall prevention. It can help with weight loss. It can help you. So mindfulness and yoga kind of go hand in hand for me because I feel more grounded, and it helps my mental health when I'm on that mat. So it's like a reset for me whenever I'm on the mat. So I encourage, if you haven't tried it already, yoga for fall prevention. I'm sure there's YouTubes on there. I'm gonna put that plug out there. By the end of this year, I will put out on my own YouTube channel a power yoga for fall prevention based on this very paper, all the flows on there. So look out for that, because I'm going to put that commitment on myself right now on the air.
I was briefly tempted because on vacation, again, I noticed there were 2 yoga mats in the corner. And I was tempted to unroll one of them on the deck, but then I didn't have any instructions, so I said, no, I'll wait. I should have gone to my phone.
Yes, YouTube. Yes,
Yeah.
there are quite a number of YouTube videos and channels I recommend on my blog, which is, by the way, is Nhi Ma Do, my full name, .org.
Nhi is spelled N-H-I.
Yes, thank you.
Ma,
N-H-A.
M-A-D-O.
Yes, yes, ma'am. And I won't forget to mention another study is in 2023, so still quite recent, is another article published showcasing Tai Chi in 24 different randomized controlled trials. And that was done with adults 60 years and older. So similar results yielded on health benefits that are beyond fall risk reduction. The effectiveness of Tai Chi is increased with more frequency and longer duration. So it does take consistency and takes practice for us to master the skill and actually improve our own well-being. So if you don't remember anything else from this particular pillar, because there's so much information for physical activity when it comes to fall prevention, remember a short little acronym that my colleague Chris Tolos and I made as we published this article and presented this material on a national stage at the American College of Lifestyle Medicine National Conference last year in 2024. It is called IC10. So you can write down on a piece of paper IC and then TENS. So I is to increase physical activity by relying less on automation. So if you could physically drive yourself to the store, park far away, and walk to the front door rather than just park and pick up. If that is something that you can do, and when you do go to the store, you can shop the perimeters and go to all the fresh produce and get your extra steps in first before you zigzag.
Up and down the aisles,
Yes, the C stands for change it up, because variety is key, and you want to make this fun and not something that you feel like it's a burden to think about.
Like
So,
take the stairs instead of the elevator?
if you don't like the stairs, you'll never love that recommendation, right? Yes. And I'm a yogi, so I always get excited, and I will always smile when you say, "Do you want to do some yoga?" Yes. T stands for try to end each exercise session on a successful and positive note. Because our brains are wired to come back for more. Yes, more of those dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, the doses that I borrow from my friend Sammy Mansfield.
Yeah, if it makes you feel good, you're going to do it often.
Absolutely. We got to E, right? E is enjoy it to your individualized interests and goals. So ask yourself, what combo speak to you more? Is there a combo between aerobic and strength, or flexibility, balance, or balance and strength? Like, which ones speak to you to start off more? Maybe you end up incorporating all of them as you start with 2.
Jumping jacks in the pool.
Okay, that is
Not afraid to fall because I'm in the water.
Yes, there's aqua zumba too that incorporate the aerobic side, of course, and then the resistant from the water.
Right.
And there's
Water
some
resistance
balance.
works great.
Yes, balance and flexibility. That's the whole body. In all four domains. The N stands for need to challenge balance safely. And this is how our brains can learn and can grow too, because we're training it how it can be done safely. So for example, and for instance, one of the segment in this book, actually, if I can flip to it real quick to show you how you can practice getting up from the ground. So step by step, where you can lay on the ground flat, come on up, use something.
Roll over.
Yep, roll over.
Get up on your knees and hands.
And it does take practice. So
Takes time too.
yes, it does. Yes.
Yeah.
And then last but not least is stand up every hour for at least
Wow.
5 minutes and move. So at the end of this hour, we will stand
Now
up.
there's a tip I
as we-
need because I'm glued in front of the computer for hours and I need to get up and move.
Yes.
That's a good tip.
Yes, and you
absolutely.
can
Yeah.
do a few things. You can make it a routine for yourself. When you get up for that 5 minutes, are you going to reach your toes, raise your heels, march in place, walk around, wherever the setting is that you are, but change it up every time so you can utilize different muscles. And maybe a desk push-up that you can do. Those are arm movements and walking lunges. And
One of
you
the
have
things-
to tell me next time
well,
what you try.
One of the things I already do is my office is on one side of the house and there's a bathroom right there. But I walk to the other side of the house and use the master bath whenever I have to use the bathroom.
Okay.
Just to get the steps in.
That is really a great way, a technique for you. And I also I actually recommended one of my patients one time, and she loved it too, because she was working in her office setting where everything is locked in, like everything is readily available for her. But I asked her, like, how often do you have to check your phone? Because whenever you have to check your phone, if it's not right there, then you have to walk to get to it. So she had decided to test something out. I said, why don't you do this? Put your phone on like the opposite side of the office and set a timer on it so that you have to physically get up and go over there to shut it off. So she actually has to do that. And then another method that Dr. Durham might apply too with improving hydration that we talk off air before we're hopping on is if you encourage yourself to drink plenty of water throughout the day by sipping your water, you might have to get up and go every hour.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, because you're
absolutely.
trying to flush. Yes,
Yeah.
so it is really important, however the strategy is that work for you
Yeah.
and you and
Because
you.
water pushes water. So if you're drinking water, it's going to push. And
Yes, it is a
that's
flushing effect.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you just tuned in, you're listening to Let's Chat America here on Joy 106.3 FM. This is Daytona Beach's favorite gospel station, but also it is broadcasting ourselves from the world's most famous beach, Daytona Beach, Florida. Our guest today, Nhi Ma Do, is a physician's associate, very well recognized, triple board certified. She's a super heavyweight. And we're talking about fall prevention today on our broadcast. And she's given us some great tips already. And Nhi, I like the one that you gave just a minute ago, because we're almost instinctively moving as close to the building when we go to Walmart or Publix or wherever it is. We want to park as close to the building as we can.
Unless it's raining, right? Like,
Especially if it's raining.
yes, that's what I meant to say.
Your tip is great for us to park further away.
Yeah.
So that we do get just that simple opportunity to walk a little bit further than we might normally walk, but get those steps in that help us with our physical balance.
Yes.
If you'd like to call us with your comment or your question, the number is 386-868-3411. That's 386-868-3411. And me, a lot of falls happen in the bathroom.
Yes.
And, I
That's
guess,
for
the water on the floor can be an issue. And
Yes.
also just simple techniques that people can install in their bathrooms, like grab bars
Yes.
or chairs to sit while you're taking the shower instead of standing. I think those would be helpful tips for people as well.
Yes, I was going to show you an image that I remember from Chris's book, and if I can flip to it real quick, I can show you how it was like showing how people are sitting on the toilet itself. So I think I skipped by it, but if I can find it, I will show it on the screen here while everybody's watching. But I can describe it for now. There is a lot of people like to sit for a long time, which is highly not recommended, or they're sitting and reading a magazine or a newspaper, they keep it in their toilet, and they drop something. They go forward to reach it while they're in that little position where you shouldn't really be getting up and reaching
forward.
down, and they fall right on their head.
Right.
Like that's one of the biggest thing that I highly recommend that you don't do. Don't sit on your toilet straining or like for a long period of time. If it's not by like that 10-minute mark, if it's not coming, it's not coming.
Right.
So yeah, it's not the right time for you.
Take a break. Yeah.
And there are other ways that you can do like so there is Swati Potty stool that you can do, or simply raise your leg up a little higher. That can put you in a better position, for example. So
Or
yeah.
just get up and take a short walk around the house.
Yes,
That helps.
Yep. One of the biggest thing for constipation, hydration,
Hydration,
movement. Yes.
So, Nhi, please give us some empowering tips on nutrition, the nutrition pillar, which is the next step in fall prevention strategies.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, we don't think of nutrition as
Yes,
being
We
related
yes.
to it.
I
It's a
don't.
huge pillar, so I'm glad that we're covering it here today. So eating well is never boring. Eating to support a muscle health requires a variety of fiber. So you got to think plant diversity, and I'll say that again. And also lowering meat and dairy consumption, because this
Plant
eating-
diversity.
Nhi
Have
brought
you-
us from her garden. I don't even know what this
It's
is
a
called.
loofah squash.
A loofah squash.
Loofah squash.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna eat that
We're
tonight.
going to be eating healthy this evening. Just wanted you Facebook
Yes.
folks to see it.
Oh yes, yeah, that is coming from our garden. Yes, my fiance and I love like planting some of the traditional fruits and vegetables that are from my culture. My parents bring a lot of exotic fruits plants, so I actually inherited a bunch when we were starting our garden, and then expanded our garden. So now loofah squashes are climbing and crawling everywhere.
And we just talked about that this morning. We had part of our yard cleared,
Oh yeah,
and it's perfect spot for a garden. And I said, man, why don't we plant some tomato
will-
plants?
I will provide you with some of the loofah seeds.
Well, let's see if we like it first.
Okay, that's
I know
true,
I like
that's true.
tomatoes. I'm
Yes.
going to get some tomato plants.
Yeah, so diversity, varieties. You don't want to make it. You want to make it fun, and it's diversity that makes it fun. So so we talk about plant diversity and also lower meat and dairy consumption, because this kind of eating pattern is found to be associated with lower prevalence of sarcopenia, which is a big word, right? It is defined as age-related loss of muscle mass, strength, and function, starting about after age 30.
30.
Yes.
You hear that,
Yes,
folks?
that's scary, right? So
Yeah.
we have previously discussed about a big pillar, physical activity, movement, right? So let's now focus on nutrition and how can we slow the progression of sarcopenia. And this is, by the way, accelerates with age and leading to frailty, reduced mobility, and a higher risk of falls. So let's eat in a way that we can get some pies. This is
right.
another acronym.
Pies are good.
You have to write it down.
Not that kind of pies.
P-I-E-S.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's kind of like my other desserts acronym. So pie, what is it? P stands for promote strong bones.
Okay.
I stand for improve cognition. E stands for enhance muscle parameters. And S stands for save your well-being. Super important pies.
Absolutely.
So-
Savor well-being. Yeah, well, I savor it for sure.
First, remember, nutrition status for each and every single one of us is 100% modifiable. So again, let's make it fun and get to know the colors of the veggies and the fruits and their benefits. So lots of antioxidants, anti-inflammatory effects, and eating variety of minimally processed and tasty, wholesome foods. So from a 2023 article titled, ladies and gentlemen, Nutritional Strategies to Optimize Musculoskeletal Health for Fall and Fracture Prevention, Looking Beyond Calcium, Vitamin D, and Protein. Some examples in this article is profound. So leafy green, dark leafy greens are sources of antioxidants and a rich source of non-heme iron, because iron deficiency anemia is a risk factor for poor muscle function. Another great example is our cruciferous vegetables from our
I like
broccoli.
that word, cruciferous.
Yes, lots of sulforaphane, right, and big, rich antioxidants, important in musculoskeletal health and contributing to muscle function and bone strength, especially in older adults. So next, let's think. Again, more plant diversity and antioxidants. So from the same study in 2023, it was found that with every increase of one different vegetable a day, there was an association of 8% lower risk for an injurious fall and 9% lower risk for fracture.
Gotta eat those veggies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, in variety and in diversity. And so a general recommendation that I give to a lot of my patients and audience is that to make fiber-rich foods 50% at least of every plate of your meal. So imagine that's a pie shape, right? Half of that at least
We do
is
that.
filled
Is
with...
vegetable.
We do that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do that. Half
That's
vegetable,
perfect.
half protein.
Okay.
No starch.
No starch. Oh, but whole grains is actually very powerful.
Well,
Did I just make up
sometimes
a word? Yes.
sometimes our fish or our chicken is coated in flour and fried.
Oh. No, you're
Not
calling
good,
yourself
huh?
out.
All right.
So the new food guide that recognized healthy eating is about more than just food. So you're right there as we are transitioning to this is how we eat can be as important as what we eat. So instead of tracking servings per day or guidelines, our guidelines now encourage that listening to your body's hunger and fullness cues is helping you guiding the amount that you're eating. So if you're eating, so processed food and junk foods actually doesn't make you full fast. So that's where you come back for more of those. But you eat those wholesome food from the plant. So the complex carbs that you said that you don't have on your plate yet, whole
Yes.
grains, and whole grains when it comes to all the different, like whether it's quinoa, brown rice, and so
Half
on.
a cup.
Yeah. So when you so if you're cooking for the two of you, a half a cup of that. You probably want to cook more than that
Well,
in your
we'll
rice
eat
cooker.
a half a cup.
Yes.
Yeah.
So because when you do, it's like a half and half portion. So a cup of rice equal 2 cups of water when you
Right.
make it. So being mindful, more mindful, and taking time to eat and helping you just enjoy chewing your food. Yes.
Slow it down.
Yes.
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 Taste
And-
it. Don't swallow it whole like I do. Right.
Yes, that's how we want to feel more satisfied because if we're chewing, we're taking the amount of time to chew our food more. We are actually helping the digestive system improve the breakdown as it goes down. So, and reduce the fall risk
Yes,
in all of this.
Absolutely. 386-868-3411. If you'd like to call us, our guest today is Nhi Ma Do. It doesn't have to be about falls. It could be about anything that you're experiencing health-wise. Nhi is here, and she can give you some practical ways that you can look at improving your health in any kind of area. So give us a call. Nhi's ready to answer your question. 386-868-3411. It is 39 minutes past the hour of 12. Time is flying.
Yes.
we
We're
got
packed
to get
full.
we got to get through quite a bit more. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere because there's a lot more great information. So finally, Nate, any quick advice or tips for fall prevention with the remaining lifestyle medicine pillars that we've been working with as time allows in the next 10 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fast and Furious.
Fast
Here we
and
are.
Furious.
So we are all familiar with the idea that adequate sleep is essential for human performance.
Yeah.
So a healthy sleep pattern is shown to decrease the risk of falling by over 15%.
Wow.
So both quality and quantity of sleep are equally important. And as you know, and due to time, some tips that you get started with improving your sleep and prevent falling is from ready, get set, go, start, stop, 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 and revisit that
From March.
Yes, you got it. And we can touch on de-stress next as the next pillar because it's a huge pillar. Muscle tension leads to restricted movements and impaired balance. And as our stress levels increase, our muscle become tighter and tighter and tighter. And the result could be that dirty four-letter F word again. And I mean
Fall.
F-A-L-L.
F-A-L-L,
Yes.
yeah.
For example, when we are often stressed when we rush, right? Yes.
Yes.
So remember, the next time we rush, let's think, hurry up and fall. And then maybe we will learn to stop rushing. And in our fast-moving world, it's as if rushing has become this new norm,
Yeah.
but it really shouldn't be that way, and just because it's so common. So when we rush to complete our to-dos list, we could really increase our fall risk. And let's recall my 8 steps to stress transformation, and I'll let you revisit May 1st Let's Chat America recording that is on nhimado.org now on the media tab, so you can definitely revisit that and learn about desserts as another acronym. And Mo has that one memorized, I'm
Yes.
sure. And just remember, stress is unavoidable, but it's 100% also manageable and transformable with the right mindset. So next is our connectedness pillar. So for some connectedness to help prevent falling, let's try some laughter yoga.
Laughter yoga. I
Yes,
like that.
we can demonstrate that if time allows here at the end for everybody, because languages are different, cultures are different, but laughs are all the same and can bring us together. And laughter yoga help you know the common language of laughing. And to enhance social connectedness, this pillar is really important because the prevention of falls can be done with yoga and Tai Chi in group classes. And the chair versions of these activities are right here on this calendar that I brought again
Right.
at our Conviva Wellness Centers. The Conviva Wellness Centers are all over the Volusia County, and they're free to patients and community members. And right now, Darcy is our lead for the North Daytona location, and she has fall prevention workshop almost every single week on her calendar. So that is a huge way for you to gather together and learn from each other. So there are studies on the 3 degrees of connections, and so if you're happy, then your friends' friends are happy too. So potentially, if someone's at lower risk for falling and pass that on to their friends, then maybe their friends' friends may benefit too. And then last but not least, the avoidance of risky substances pillar. And I recommend to think about a lifestyle choice swap. So we need to create communities and opportunities to adopt these healthier habits. So if someone's learning this, maybe they can pass that on. So oftentimes habits are harder to break than the addiction to any risky substances, any risky habits themselves. So rather than reaching for a cigarette, reach for a palm-sized servings of fruit or nuts and seeds as a snack. And then instead of choosing alcohol after a stressful day, swap to make some calming herbal teas to sip
I
on.
love herbal tea.
Yes, yes. And they're like giving you more back into your own health. And as I mentioned in the very beginning, Chris Tolos and myself had co-authored you can search it on Google and it's free. You can download it as a PubMed article. I think I printed out a copy for you both right here. It is called Empowering Fall Prevention Through Integrated Lifestyle Medicine Strategies, from Recognition of Fall Risks to Implementation of Prevention of Falls for all in practice. And we are all in practice,
In practice,
right?
yes. Every day
Yes,
that you walk,
yes.
you are practicing not to fall. So, Nhi, I know there's some rapid fire key takeaways that you can give us as we get into this final segment of the broadcast.
Yes, I'm so glad time allows us to remind ourselves of all the big highlights of today. So oftentimes, we have less than a second to regain our balance when we lose it.
Correct.
Fall prevention should start much earlier than age 65 when that guideline kicks in, right? Because falls affect people of all ages.
Yeah.
And we can apply evidence-based strategies and practice starting now and do something to reduce the risk of falling.
And sometimes there are people who we kind of jokingly say they just have two left feet. They just can't. They're always
Yes.
tripping or falling. But it's more serious than that.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
There are balance issues that they probably need to address.
Yes, and that they can actually help themselves and practice to improve that. So maybe they'll have the right and left eventually if it means that they just need some time to practice that. And I think it's also, you're right, it's like an identity. Like, I'm just a klutz, I'm just clumsy. Or like, it's become your own identity if you're telling yourself that and you decide not to do anything about it.
Right.
And that's something that I feel like could change that whole mindset.
Yes.
So the mindset, I think it starts there to
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
And then the health behavioral changes will follow as we continue to practice and we notice the improvements that we receive on that end. So as our health improves, we realize, okay, I need to keep practicing because this is giving me a much better output for the input that I'm putting in.
Yeah.
So the best way for any fall prevention programs to work is to integrate positive lifestyle changes as part of that implementation. And the only way any fall prevention will work is if you do it.
Right. You got to do it.
You can read all the books, take all the classes, come and practice with your physical therapist. But if you don't incorporate what you learn and what you can implement right from that point of reading and transitioning from theory to practice, right, then you might not benefit from any of the tips. Yes.
That's true.
So you have to incorporate it and make it a part of your life.
Yeah.
And it's going to make a big difference, I hope. And that's the vision. So we have to practice the skills and practice them correctly.
And do things that are fun. You enjoy your yoga and your tai chi, and something as simple as maybe taking dancing lessons, because dancing's all about balance.
Yes.
And
I'd like to do ballroom dancing.
Yeah. See,
I
Mo
opened-
just
I
light
opened
up
it-
when she
I
said
opened it-
Promise to
dancing.
hold me
I
up.
opened the door. But I think something as simple as learning how to dance.
We have a dance studio
it's-
right down the street from our house.
Yes.
Okay.
You both gave such great ideas every time that I'm here, and I'm sure the wellness, the activity coordinators at all the wellness centers who tune in to re-listen to the episode, because they're hearing this, and the demand is high for fall prevention. That's
Yeah.
part of the reason why Darcy put on a lot of fall prevention workshop. But out of the 10 locations now of the Conviva Daytona Market, 7 locations. Palm Coast is one, Ormond Beach, North Daytona, South Daytona, East Port Orange, Orange City, those 7. All the activity coordinators have activities that will take really from the demands of the audience. So maybe they can incorporate some dancing classes. I'm sure that many of them already have Zumba. They have a lot of classes that are dance-based in their calendars as well. I think Darcy actually has Zumba too on here. So she has all kinds of different, like a nutrition workshop as well next week on Monday at 2 p.m. The next fall prevention is at 2 p.m. on September 11th. So all kinds of different activities and workshops that will be available to you, and you can bring a +1. Yeah, so I think having an accountability partner
Yes.
helps. And if she light up with dancing, eventually maybe you will too.
Yes, maybe. I might have to.
Oh,
He's never been a dancer.
Not
okay.
really.
Yeah,
Yes.
that.
But do you know what he likes as far as like the activity? Which one would you say? Aerobics, resistance, or strength training?
Well, we did decide, in fact, just a couple of days ago, we did decide we're going to really have to, after we eat dinner, just get out and walk.
Take a walk.
And
Yes.
walk around the neighborhood. So
I
that
love
is,
doing that with
yeah,
my fiance.
Yeah, so that's something
We can always tape Jeopardy. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, I can't miss that. So,
No, a nice sunset walk. It's a lot cooler now,
now it's
as we
getting
get
Right.
towards fall.
Right.
And yes, I do love that idea, and we implement it too. We either go in our garden and start pulling all the weeds that are invading our garden, or harvesting around the garden, or walk our neighborhood. So that's going to be our like bonding time also after dinner. So this is great, and I love that we can share ideas. And if there's any folks that are watching or listening in, you want to share your ideas too, please send the message in to Dr. Durham, and then we can spread it on the next time that we're on the air together. Because I think we have some ideas basically right from here, because we were focusing on balance, and I was thinking about the B's of what we will be focusing on next, and we thought about the brain health, bone health, as well as blood health that we just thought of as of today. So we might incorporate lots of that, and I'm
Brain,
always
bone,
open
and blood.
to ideas. Oh, that's perfect for October.
October, yes.
And then you can do Halloween.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, Halloween.
Yes.
Brain, bone, and blood.
Well, folks, we want to thank you for tuning in. As you know, Nhi is on here because we are very interested in making sure we give you information that can help you when it comes to your health. Your health is vital. If you want to live long, you have to do the kinds of things that help you to live long.
And strong.
And
yes.
strong. Live
Adding
long
and strong.
Yes, adding the quality to those
Yes.
years that you are prolonging in life. And I think that's really important, because health span will automatically give you a longer lifespan.
Yeah.
But just prolonging the life doesn't necessarily mean that it can come with the health. So that's really a big thing. And I think that in my setting of senior primary care, and we're focusing on geriatrics, we really get to amplify that message. And lots of our caregivers come with our patients to the visit, and they get to learn like treating the root cause of the condition and helping the next generation to see the root cause is from these different kind of, whether it's toxins putting into the body or sedentarism that caused you to get to where you are. So it's passed on to the next generation that your health matters, and
Yes,
you need
it
to
does.
start as early as possible. So
Yes.
that you can help your next generation and pass that on.
Do you know that our oldest sitting judge in this country is 98 years old? And they just
Wow.
recently told her that she would have to have a
Neurocognitive test?
cognitive test, thank you.
Yes.
A neurocognitive test, because they want to make sure she has cognitive ability still. And she
Wow.
refused. She said, I didn't get to be 98 to be in need of a test, and I can outthink you at any stage.
Wow.
So they sat her down and said she'd have to sit down for a year before they would let her resume the judgeship.
And she'll be 99.
And she'll be
Oh,
99.
Wow. Okay, that's
I'm
quite
rooting for
impressive.
her.
That is
That's
quite
amazing.
impressive. Yes.
Well, we want to thank you for tuning in, everybody. It is 53 minutes past the hour, which means we've got to wind down this segment. But listen, there is a Conviva Care Center somewhere near you in Volusia County. All you have to do is go to their website, and you can check them out. A lot of free activities that they provide for you, and tips to help you stay healthy. Once again, Nhi, thank you so much.
You are certainly most welcome. And all our handouts or any quick tips and all the past interviews, you can visit nhimado.org on that media tab to review any of our Let's Chat America recordings. Thanks to Dr. Durham.
Thank you so much, everybody. We love you guys. We'll see you next time. Tomorrow, same time, 12 noon. Bye-bye.